Guy Lewis is with us. He's a former U.S. attorney. Guy, I wouldn't mind some predictions here. We had a lot of people on this program say they think that it's going to be a hung jury in the New York trial. What say you?
So, Stuart, I'm going to go out on a limb, not a limb, practically, I think he's going to get acquitted. I think the evidence and the law, a reasonable jury is going to go back there. These women and men are going to talk about this case. They're going to look at the law, and they're going to come back not guilty, all counts.
What about a directed verdict from the judge?
Great question. Stuart, frankly, it should be. If we were in the real world, a judge would look at this and say there are so many gaps, there are so many holes in this case that the judge should grant a directed verdict, effectively throwing this case out. I don't think you will for a lot of the reasons that we've talked about, including the judge's own partiality that he's demonstrated throughout this case.
In the New York judicial establishment, the New York judicial system, is it in good standing in America today?
Boy, that I think in large measure, Stuart, we're going to know the answer after this verdict. Look, I've tried a lot of cases. Most cases that are tried result in a conviction. However, the caveat, in my experience, a lot of cases, is when you have someone who's notorious, a famous person, that throws everything upside down. And I think that, again, the women and men on this jury, even though people are saying, oh, they're New York, they're all going to convict, look, they care deeply about the American system. They're going to go back there. They're going to be careful. They're going to read the law. And look, after you look at Stormy Daniels and you look at Michael Cohen, who was a disaster, how can you find beyond a reasonable doubt that Trump committed these crimes? I don't think they will.
House Majority Whip Tom Emmer wants the Department of Justice to prosecute Michael Cohen for making false statements during his testimony. Will anything come out of this?
Boy, it should. I got to tell you, if there's any fairness, if there's any equity, if anyone is at the switch at the Department of Justice, this file needs to be put on a fast track. They need to open it up. They need to impanel a grand jury, and Michael Cohen should be indicted. My fear, though, Stuart, is they, being the state, has effectively immunized. In other words, that guy could get on the stand and admit to murder, and he can't be prosecuted based on that admission. Very, very unfair in this case.
Got it. Guy Lewis, thanks for joining us. All good stuff today. Appreciate it. Thank you.